Hey, it is me, MBT Sky, and so we are talking about April 8th, and we are still in this Aries energy. So, the month speaks of Saturn, high frequency of Pluto, medium frequency of Jupiter, and the low frequency of Pluto. But the overall energy in Aries is Mars, which it matches the vibration, right? So let's see what's going on with Saturn real fast. I'm using a different set of zodiac cards. But we know that Saturn speaks of the 10th house, right? Public reputation, honor, profession, employers, authorities, and elders. We know that it speaks of that. So we have Mercury here, that also is a discussion of mentality, expression, communication, right? That comes over there. So this is a time for Aries to tap into their Saturn energy, right? And really be clear with communication. Let's see what Aries is talking about for the overall energy for today, which is in Mars, which matches the energy for Aries. Mars rules Aries. That's the first house, right? So this is confinement, hospitals, institutions, subconscious mind, secrets, and hidden activities. So let's see what's going on right there. Yeah. Okay, because I like to shuffle live, but I thought that was flipped over anyway. Let's see what the first house is talking about. It's telling Aries, people of Aries, to focus on their selves, their first house, their personality, their appearance, their temperament, that kind of thing. Yeah. And it's also a discussion of changes happening with Aries in a higher frequency and in a lower frequency. Putting them back in this medium frequency of paying attention to their Sagittarius house that's ruled by Jupiter. But let's see what's going on here. Right. Have faith. This is talking about Aries energy that's set in their Mars energy right now. And even when you're talking about this medium frequency of Jupiter, Sagittarius is a discussion of faith, belief, those kinds of things. So let's see what's going on in a higher frequency. Let's see. I really need to get another deck when it comes to this particular deck. And I'm worn this joint out. Alright, so let's see what the drastic changes is. The taxes, the inheritance, the unknown changes, the death, the reincarnations. Two of Wands. King of Coins. And we're in a Saturn energy, right? Queen of Coins. Now, the thing that's interesting about this is that there's some choices that have to be made when these changes are taking place. These drastic changes are taking place. You know, death, inheritance, reincarnations, things of that nature. This feminine, masculine principle takes place in a higher dimension. It's a discussion of focusing ourselves and trying to find out what's going on between the masculine and the feminine principles. And I'm going to throw another card down on that, because if you notice, the King of Gold, he is a earth fire sign, where this is a earth water sign. The underlying issue here is the fire in the water. So let's see what's going on in this medium frequency of Jupiter. Even though we understand that here in Aries and Mars is asking people that is of Aries to have faith in the things that they truly believe in and to function under that, right? It's also talk about communication and mentality and expression. So, is it in line here, right? And then when you're talking about Saturn, you're talking about Capricorn, and so pay attention, Aries, to your public reputation and to how you deal with people. So there's some stress here. There goes death. Go figure, right? There goes the 9 of coins. So there is some stress and some aggravation that takes place during the creative process, during the communication process, during faith and belief process. This is just a simple test of faith, and in that there will be endings to certain things that will bring upon the potential for wealth and prosperity for some Aries if they're in the middle frequency, right? Because if you're in the middle frequency, this is the end result. This 9 of coins. This 9 of coins should bring you into contemplation and thought and choice, and bring you into your king of coins, and bring you into. So it's about balancing out your masculine and feminine principles here through faith and belief and understanding, while focusing on your Gemini, your twin energies. Okay, this is a twin energy. Understand that. If we have the overall energy is, what's building and what's been put into the foundation here in Mercury. Okay, and we in a higher frequency here, and we have these 2 wands. Okay, you're dealing with a twin energy here, even though they can be a little bit opposing, and so that's why I'm going to kind of throw. They say opposites attract, right, Aries? And this is the energy you're in with this earth energy. And there's a lot of earth energy on the table today. Right. Knight of Wands. The 3 of Cups. The 5 of Coins. These are the things that need to change. The messages, actions, and movements of particular Aries energies, they need to kind of change. Okay? Now, the conversation is that these messages is coming away from this 3 of Wands energy. This 3 of Cups energy. This 3 of Cups energy is about celebratory energy. This is happy energy. This is that party energy. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, this is not taking place in the lower vibrations. These are the things that's not changing. Certain messages and movements and actions are not taking place. Certain connections with friendships and relationships and celebratory energies is not taking place, and therefore you have this 5 of Coins energy that needs to change here. Okay, that's in the lower vibrations. But if you look at it, you have in the lower vibrations is 5 of Coins. You also have death. That's the ending of the 5 of Coins that brings one into contemplation and thinking and planning, right? Trying to make choices about what they're going to do. These messages that's going away from the situation, away from this 3 of Cups, is a discussion here. And you have death here. It's an ending of a particular situation. In this higher frequency, this Queen of Gold, which is a earth and a water energy, is looking away from that. You understand? So there's actions that's going to take place in a lower frequency that's going to bring opportunity away from certain things. And the Queen of Coins here will still be able to tap in. And I'm going to make sure of that. We're going to make sure that that's correct, right? We're going to look at this Queen of Coins and see where she's offering her coin to. And we're going to also look and see where this Knight of Wands is offering his wand to. Right. And so you have this Knight of Gold energy coming through with new opportunities, prosperity, and things of that nature. Messages about money coming into this Queen of Coins energy. Okay, so there's a communication going on in a higher frequency that may create sudden changes. Okay, now this is going on behind the back of the King of Gold. If you are Aries and you're dominant in your earth energy, then you understand this King of Gold right here is putting his money or his physical aspects up to choice. Okay, up to thinking, up to making choices about how he's going to move on things. Aries, this is a time for you to make deep choices about how you're going to move on things in the physical reality. Meanwhile, in the middle frequency, you're dealing with this Jupiter, the faith, the belief, the good karma, the good wealth. This thing comes with stress, comes with the endings of things so that one can build. So let's see what this Nine of Coins was after this Nine of Coins. And actually, if you think about it, the way these cards are set up, this 4-4. So let's see what's on this side of this 4. Because it's letting you know that something has to end here. Okay, so what's the renewal? The 6 of Coins. Alright, so there's a particular stress and frustration that takes place. Okay? In this earth energy. This is about not being bound and stuck to a particular energy. You're in the middle. It's about tapping into a higher frequency in your faith, your belief, the things that you truly believe in when you're creating, right? Outside of that, you have this 6 of Pentacles that takes place. Who are you sharing with? Who are you giving to? Who are you putting energy into physically? And is it in balance? This is about balance right now, okay? So therefore, let's look and see what's going on additionally. And we're gonna look at this on several different levels. I'm throwing out another row for the Scorpio energy, the Pluto energy. Exactly, like I was saying. So the devil comes down, okay? This devil comes down in discussion. Now let's really get into how it works in the ethers when we're dealing with the who we got? We got the devil and we have death. Okay, so when you're dealing with death, you're dealing with the Scorpio energy. Okay, when you're dealing with the devil, you're dealing with the Capricorn energy. Excuse me. All right, so let's look across. Okay, when we're looking at this King of Coins here, we're dealing with did I go all the way down? A Taurus energy. This is a masculine energy. And that's cool. So there's 20 degrees of Virgo and 20 degrees of Leo involved with this. This is that fire, earth energy. Meanwhile, back at the range, we have this Capricorn. This is about not being bound, not being addicted, not being stuck in a particular position, even when you get into this position. Okay, the higher position has released themselves from this bondage, okay, and has manifested stability. Period. With this 3 of Cups here, this 3 of Cups, these 3 cups still have access to this 9 of Coins and still can bring in some information in reference to money. Okay, if you're looking at this Knight of Wands, which is going in the opposite direction, this is action that's going in the exact opposite direction of, complete endings of cycles that may take place. Okay, so this is letting us know that in this lower vibration here, there's an end of action and messages in regards to business activities, opportunities, and creativity that will take place in the lower vibration. These things can possibly end and change, right? And bring new opportunities and stability. There are certain things that has to be let go. Simple and period. Even with this 3 of Cups down here in this lower vibration, they'll end up in a whole lot more stress if they don't jump into their Jupiter energy and kind of get in tune with their spiritual aspects understanding karmic cycles, things of that nature. In the higher dimensions, Pluto is discussing choice. The choice is this. In the lower dimensions, one will look at Pluto like all is lost. In the middle dimension, people will look at Pluto as this is an ending with opportunity for choice. So it literally depends on your mindset and your vibration when it comes to dealing with the vibrations, okay? But this is letting you know in the higher frequency is about choice, stability, in the masculine and feminine, and understanding the opposites of the masculine and feminine, and understanding that the feminine can still meet up with a pure energy here, right? So let's see why this have faith is up here. Right. And there goes the moon. And there goes the page. And there goes the Eight of Swords. So this is letting you know there's things, in order to have faith, you have to have faith in the things that's unknown. Right? You have to have an understanding and a tap in that discusses that you have faith in the things that's not known to others. Period. Things that's not clear. That's what faith is about. Things are not clear in the physical reality, but you still have faith that things can manifest in a positive way, bring in new opportunities, pure opportunities, right? Most importantly, outside of dealing with this page of coins, this is a lot of earth energy up here, okay? It's a discussion of this is the energy, this page of coins is the energy that will release you from this from this Eight of Swords. Seeing the opportunity, taking the blindfolds off and really tapping in and really seeing that even in the downs down here, a lack of action, a lack of messages, a lack of friendships, a lack of finances, feeling a little bit bound to particular situations. And these are the things that have to change in the lower frequency. And it comes through with faith and belief and understanding that these all can be put into a higher frequency, bringing upon new pure opportunities and releasing one from self-inflicted bondage or bondage, period. So anyway, this is where Aries needs to focus at, right? Outside of being of dealing with mentality, expression, and communication. Communication is key. So what I'm going to do just a little bit extra, because I want to see what's going on between Saturn right now. Well, the Mercury and Saturn. Okay, this is what needs to be invested in. This is what needs to be stabilized today. So I'm going to see where this connects. Right, and it's a discussion of the emotions, messages, and discussions that come in through the emotional aspect, which is very hard for Aries energy anyway, okay? This is messages coming in. Emotional connections, communications, and discussions, okay? Is this a reckless energy? No, but this is talking about the mentality, expression, and communication when it comes through in reference to emotions and building stable foundations and investing in stable foundations. This is a pure energy that's necessary for Aries to keep balance over here. All right. So Aries, if anything is going on today that makes you feel like things are out of balance, is about contemplation and thought and choice. Okay, where are you right now in your masculine energy? Where are you right now in your feminine energy? And what messages are going to come through? There's a lot of messages coming through. Messages about money, messages about business, messages about love. There's a lot of messages coming through, and it requires one to have faith and to be able to tap in and follow intuition, understanding family in the home environment. Even though the moon does not always associate with Cancer, sometimes it's associated with the sign of Pisces, right? And so therefore you're dealing with confinement and all of this other stuff and secrets and hidden activities that take place, especially in reference to opportunities for money, okay, and finances and a physical reality. Outside of that, this self this self-harboring kind of energy. It's always a way out. So in a general deck, you'll usually see a woman surrounded by the 8 swords with a out. So I'm going to look and see what's behind her that she's not looking at real quick. Balance. Change. What's before her? Okay. The Page of Wands. So this is letting you know that behind her is a discussion of balance and change. Right? Changing things and creating a balance based upon one's faith and beliefs. Before her, if she wants to take that out, there's new pure opportunities that come through. Pure fire opportunities, but they are very young opportunities and may take time. Even though the fire signs, they move fast, it still will take a little bit of time because therefore we have this earth energy taking place. So therefore, the discussion is, what is the choice? What is the options? What's going on with Aries? Now, if we pay attention, when you're dealing with Aries that's ruled by Mars, Capricorn really can, this Capricorn energy can come up if one is focused on it, yet they still kind of lose a little bit in this Cancer energy. When you're dealing with Jupiter, you're dealing with the Gemini. There's a fall in Jupiter and there's a fall in Capricorn. So therefore there may be a little bit of fluctuations going on, in and outs, imbalances. It's telling you to balance in your Capricorn energy right now. Period. And how do you do that? Choices. That's 1. Secondly, stability in action. That's 2. Stability in emotion. That's 3. Understanding that in this feminine principle, which we all shift through, okay, you shift from this super masculine to this kind of feminine aspect. Understand that both aspects will give you the opportunity to see things that's coming in. Period. It's just that simple. And there may be some Aries out here that are walking away from certain social groups or need to walk away from certain social groups. These social groups and activities come with loss and bondage. Pay attention. Right? Loss and bondage is not. Follow your intuition. Anyway, I'll talk to you on the next one. Smooches and deuces.